And Madison is my wonderful student on the MFA Acting for Stage and Screen at the University of East London. And she's going to present how learning from baby Taylor, harnessing childlike authenticity in the physical expression of Stanislavskian acting. To you, Madison, please unmute yourself.
Hi there. Thank you so much, Evie, for that wonderful introduction. I'm really excited to speak here today.
Sorry,
yes?
Are you okay to keep recording, yeah?
Yes, absolutely. Great, thank you. And let's see if it allows me to share my screen. All right, it's not letting me, so I'll just read it. I had a little PowerPoint, but. So I used to wonder what film sets have to do to get babies to cry in scenes where that's required. And actually, now that I'm a mother with a bit more understanding of the day-to-day experience of handling a baby, my question has morphed into how do they manage to stop the babies from crying long enough to finish a scene? Exhibit A. Hey, are you okay? Okay, Grandma's on it. In all seriousness, I set out this year to research methodologies for training small children to act in specific projects, including how to work around the fact that they will not behave on command. This spans from working around the unpredictability of a crying baby to the chaos of asking a toddler to follow instructions. I can hold her if you need me to. Okay. But this was the mindset I entered my practices research project for my MFA program at UEL. So I wrote, developed, and shot a short film in which my 18-month-old daughter, Taylor, was a major character. However, just as her behavior was unpredictable and subject to change, so was my research goal. Because I moved through the process, I realized that the same unpredictability was not going to be a hurdle to overcome, but a precious asset in creating art. In fact, I, as an actor and creator, had more to learn from my daughter than she did from me. So my two main research questions became, why should we study children to improve acting techniques, and what can a toddler teach us about professional acting? So first, we have to talk about what is play in acting, which is a fundamental concept. To understand it, we think about how children play. They dive into their imaginations freely, embrace different roles, and interact with their environments and others as if those imagined scenarios are completely real. They're spontaneous, uninhibited, and they genuinely are present in the moment. This essence of childlike play is what actors strive to bring to their performances. When acting teachers talk about the essence of play, they're encouraging actors to bring a similar level of spontaneity and presence to their roles. Here's what that involves. Creativity and imagination. Just like children pretending to be astronauts or teachers, actors use their creativity to fully embody the characters. Freedom and spontaneity. In a play, there's a freedom to try new things without fear of making mistakes. Actors are encouraged to experiment with different ways of delivering lines or expressing emotions to discover what feels most authentic and impactful. Interaction and reactivity. Play involves interaction, whether it's with playmates or toys. Similarly, acting is not done in isolation. Actors interact with other actors in their environment, reacting to the moment, to what's happening around them. Presence and engagement. Essential to play is being fully present. For actors, this means being wholly focused on the moment and the scene, not distracted by outside thoughts or the audience. It's about living truthfully under the imaginary circumstances of the play or film. Enjoyment and exploration. Finally, play is fundamentally enjoyable. Actors are encouraged to find joy and fulfillment in exploring their roles in the process of acting. This enjoyment can be infectious, translating into compelling, engaging performances that captivate an audience. At 18 months, Taylor's play is a testament to her burgeoning creativity and imagination. Whether she's babbling into a toy phone as if having a conversation, or gently patting her baby doll, these actions they underscore the raw imagination that children possess, a quality that actors strive to maintain in their portrayals. Her freedom in play is also evident. Taylor might stack blocks before clapping delightedly at her own success, or she might try to copy what I'm doing with a huge smile on her face. This kind of spontaneous exploration is what actors aim to replicate, stepping fearlessly into different roles and scenarios. Then we also have the concept of the magic if, a Stanislavskian principle that he encouraged actors to explore, which motivates an actor to believe in the full truth of the character and situation they're portraying, as if they were real. This magic if encourages actors to imagine how they would feel and behave if they were in the same situation as their character. So we see this imaginative leap that helps actors produce genuine emotional responses and behaviors, making their performances more realistic and relatable. Children naturally engage in play using a similar concept, immersing themselves fully in roles during playtime. Documenting my daughter's engagement in her imaginative scenarios has offered some practical examples of how this immersion affects behavior and can be harnessed in acting. For one, there is complete immersion. Like children deeply involved in their play, actors can fully immerse themselves in their roles using the magic if to live truthfully under imaginary circumstances. Empathy and role-playing. In both children's play and Stanislavski's system, there's a fundamental component of empathy and role assumption. Children, when they pretend, often ask themselves implicitly, what if I were a doctor, a mother, a superhero? What if I were just like Mama sweeping up the trash? This is akin to actors using the magic if to step into their character's shoes, exploring how they would react in particular scenarios. They also have emotional engagement. They engage their emotions through play, just like actors use the magic if to generate authentic emotional experiences. Children experiment with different things like feelings and responses, which helps them understand and manage their emotions. This process actually is crucial for developing their emotional intelligence. So my daughter Taylor's ability to immerse herself in simple play scenarios, like pretending to feed her dolls or talking into a toy phone, mirrors the magic if actors use to fully inhabit their characters. Observing her can remind actors of the importance of fully believing in the circumstances of the scene to bring a truthful performance. Every moment with my daughter, Taylor, is an opportunity to observe her behaving authentically in her own genuine presence. If she hears music she likes, she starts bouncing her knees. She gets excited, she screams and spins in a circle. There's no thought yet about what anyone might think of her. There are no emotional wounds that disconnect her from what she wants and feels. She has an impulse and she acts on it. As an actor, this sort of authenticity is something I've spent hours being lectured about by various mentors. One of the most poignant moments in my film that I mentioned was a monologue at the end where I held my daughter at night and talked to her about the stars. And while we were filming this, Taylor pointed up at the night sky and said star with a sense of wonder. She's at that age where she's learning new words by repeating them, and she was just amazed by the night sky because its beauty is still very new to her, and she was excited to learn a new word. The emotions that this brought to her part in the scene, as well as my reaction to her having this sense of wonder and excitement, completely changed the performance. Additionally, Stanislavski's process of psychophysical action, using physical movement to convey emotion in acting, includes a detailed process to link actors' movements to their performance as naturally as possible. While adults have to work very hard to achieve a natural, authentic physicality in their play, young children are able to embrace honest movement unquestioningly. Children often use their entire bodies intuitively, expressing thoughts and emotions physically. This uninhibited physical expression can be linked to Stanislavski's focus on the psychophysical action, where physical action is deeply intertwined with internal emotion. So what is the difference between child and adult movements? Inhibition and judgment. Children are less inhibited and less concerned about being judged by others, which allows them to engage more freely in spontaneous play. For example, Taylor doesn't worry about what other people might think when she bends over to pick up a cool rock or throws her arms up in the air to shout in excitement. Imagination. Children naturally use their imagination and creativity without self-imposed restrictions, leading to more authentic and imaginative play. Lack of self-consciousness. Children are often less self-conscious than adults and do not overthink their actions, leading to more genuine expressions. Taylor has only started to develop the most base level of self-consciousness, where she's worried about falling when she's on the edge of something she's climbed onto. But beyond physical safety, she does not self-audit about what is appropriate or acceptable to other people who are watching. Exploration and curiosity. Children have a strong drive to explore and learn about their environment through play, which fosters spontaneity. Emotional freedom. Children are more in touch with their emotions and express them more freely, contributing to authentic interactions and movements. They haven't been told that it's safer or more socially acceptable to repress emotions and hide themselves. Focus on the present. Children live more in the moment and are less burdened by past experiences or future concerns, making their play more immediate and authentic. So this leads to several key differences between child and adult movements. Spontaneity. Children move spontaneously and without premeditation, driven by curiosity and the immediate environment. Adults, however, have movements that are more calculated and deliberate, influenced by social norms and self-awareness. Purposefulness. Children have movements that are often exploratory and play-based, with less focus on accomplishing specific tasks, whereas adults' movements are generally goal-oriented, with a clear purpose and intention behind each action. Then there's expression. Children use their entire bodies to express emotions, resulting in more expressive and uninhibited movements, whereas adults often suppress or moderate their physical expressions of emotion, leading to more restrained movements. Understanding these differences can inform techniques in acting and movement training, helping actors to tap into more authentic and spontaneous performances by reconnecting with the childlike qualities of play and movement. So, what exactly blocks and bogs down our artistic senses, and how do we fix it? Simply put, our creative and artistic side is blocked by things that hurt, restrict, or make us feel small. This is a very huge topic, so I'm not going to go too deeply into it, but essentially we find our authentic, confident, and vulnerable selves exist within us from infancy, and over the course of our lives, we're affected in big and small ways, from everything to major traumas to simple things like worrying about fitting in with our peers, things that help promote, healing and positive mental health are generally very similar to things that can help us find that authentic sense of movement and confidence and vulnerability as well.
Madison, I think that it's 3 minutes, so perhaps it's a good time to move to your conclusion, if that's all right.
Yep, that is perfect. That's actually only a few sentences away, so happy day. So in reflecting about the year spent both observing and interacting with my daughter Taylor within the context of my creative project, I've gained valuable insights into the nature of play and performance. Through Taylor's eyes, the world is a stage ripe for exploration and discovery, unencumbered by the restraints and fears that often accompany adult performers. For spontaneity, emotional transparency, and instinctual joy in play have not only enriched my understanding of Stanislavski's Magic If, but have also profoundly influenced my approach to acting. This journey has underscored a fundamental truth. The essence of great acting lies in an actor's ability to tap into that innate childlike wonder, embracing vulnerability, engaging fully with the moment, and responding with authenticity. By observing Taylor, I was reminded that the heart of acting is not in perfecting the facade, but in covering the truth that lies beneath it. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak to you all today. Does anyone have any questions?